not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you a WTXF-TV special sports presentation of Phillies baseball.
In 1935, night baseball was introduced into the major leagues by the Reds and the Phillies at Cincinnati's Wrigley Field. And tonight, the Phillies will finish what they started 53 years ago. It's the Phils and the Cubs under the lights in a new era for Chicago's Wrigley Field.
It'll be something different to see Wrigley Field with lights. I'm sure that a lot of people will be disappointed.
But I think, after playing all games in the daytime there in Wrigley Field, I think it's going to be nice.
I can't wait until we play the first night game. I think it's going to be great. I really do.
And on 8/8 of '88, let there be light at Wrigley Field. For the first time in her 74-year history, a night game here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Hi, everybody. I'm Harry Callis, along with Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser. Kevin Gross against Rick Sutcliff. There's an aura of postseason play around here, Whitey. A columnist wrote that Wrigley Field has lost her virginity. You played here as a ball player. What are your thoughts about the first night game?
Well, I tell you, I've played in World Series games, All-Star games. I'll be honest, I've never seen any more excitement than they have at this ball game, but I'm kind of sorry they did it.
Night game at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Andy, and this has attracted media from all across the world, really.
It really has. They have, I think, almost 600 media people here. It turns out that there are more media people here than there were when Pete Rose broke Ty Cobb's all-time record.
And, of course, the players are going to consider this very, very important, because this particular box score will be etched in baseball history. We are starting play, and Phil Bradley will lead off for the Phillies here. And the first pitch of the game is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to Bradley. On the count to Phil Bradley as this ball game is underway. The historic first night game in Wrigley Field history, jammed to the rafters here. Largest media turnout for any baseball game, save postseason play at all-star games.
Go talk to him. Go talk to him.
2 balls and a strike to Phil Bradley. Bradley hitting at .237. Hit well to deep left center field, and the first hit of the night game at Wrigley Field is a home run off the bat of Phil Bradley. Unbelievable.
Bradley will go in the history books for that home run. He hit off Rick Sutcliff. It was a curveball, and he really smoked it.
Phil Bradley will go down in history as a player to have the first hit in the history of the first night game at Wrigley Field, and he made it a 4-bagger, a breaking ball. Milt Thompson follows with a ground out to Vance Law, but that one went all the way out to Waveland Avenue, that home run by Phil Bradley. How about that? 1 down, Phillies on the board, leading 1-0. And that'll bring on Juan Samuel. One strike to Samuel. He's hitting at .258. Sammy's been a pretty good lifetime hitter against Sutcliff. .327 lifetime with 2 career home runs. Is a lifetime .327 hitter here at Wrigley Field. Eric Gregg calling the balls and strikes for this historic first night game.
1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Samuel with 1 out, a run across on Phil Bradley's home run. Missing with a breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Samuel.
91 degrees, Harry, at the start of this game, and it is sticky.
Very, very little wind. Little chopper foul down the third base side. Don Zimmer, Cubs manager. Everyone involved in this ball game will go down as a part of baseball history. Peter Uberoff, commissioner of baseball, is here. In the air to center field, not real deep. Mitch Webster right there waiting, and that's 2 outs. And it'll bring on Mike Schmidt. Schmidt hitting at 249. He's been a good lifetime hitter against Sutcliff. 352 lifetime with 6 career home runs. Sutcliffe comes into this game with 9 wins, 9 losses, and his earned run mark 3.79. He's 2-1 this year against the Phillies. And lifetime against the Phillies, 7 wins, 6 losses.
You know, this is the first night game here in Wrigley Field, but it's also going to be a last. No other ballpark will ever do this again.
Schmidt pops a foul, first base side. Room for Grace, and that'll retire the side. The Phils take a 1-run lead as Phil Bradley opens this historic game with a home run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. After 1 half, Phils 1, Cubs coming to bat.
I didn't know who to trust.
Hey, there are a lot of muffler places.
Especially with a foreign car.
But Midas has the right muffler for almost every foreign car in stock.
Yeah, I worried I'd need an appointment.
People don't need an appointment here.
And who guarantees foreign mufflers?
And Midas guarantees foreign mufflers.
I'm not worried about the price.
With prices that are right on the money.
Tell you one thing, I didn't want to end up someplace second rate.
Nobody beats Midas.
So I went to number 1.
Nobody.
I may be a hit in the record books, but I can't afford to slack off. Same with advertising your business. The Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages is still the place to connect with customers. People shop in it 11 million times a week. That's more business than you can shake a stick at. Yeah. Put your ad in the Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages and you can't miss.
The Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. The one that works.
I mean, your ad can't miss. You know what I mean.
Bella, Pennsylvania. A Bell Atlantic company.
Baseball Day. Fans 14 and under get this official Major League Ball with the Phillies signatures and a great display case. Phillies and Pirates, Sunday, August 14th at 1:35.
Get the Phillies feeling. Got it, get it, at the vet.
Tonight's historic game under the lights at Wrigley Field is brought to you by Busch Beer, the beer with a taste as smooth as its name. By First Pennsylvania Bank, we hear you. By the Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, the one that works. And by your Philadelphia area Midas muffler and brake specialists. Kevin Gross doing the pitching for the Phillies tonight. He's won 10, lost 8, a 3.45 ERA. The lineup he'll be facing: Mitch Webster leading off in center, Ryan Sandberg at second, bat second, then Mark Grace at first base, Andre Dawson in right field, Rafael Palmeiro left field, Vance Law at third base, Damon Berryhill catching, Sean Dunston at shortstop, and pitching Rick Sutcliff. Mitch Webster leads it off, switch hitter, batting at .250. Kevin lifetime 4-7 against the Cubs, a 4.74 ERA. Mitch Webster leads off the Cubs half of the first with a ground single to center field, and Webster is a leadoff base runner.
There she comes.
Morgana. Morgana's come onto the field.
Who's she going to get?
This history-making event, Morgana King being corralled by an usher. I wonder who she was going to kiss. I think she was homing in on Ryan Sandberg.
That's right. She had a dead aim at Sandberg.
They got Morgana King before she could get to Ryan Sandberg.
You know, I was thinking the other day, wondering whether she would show up here or not. She really picks her spots.
They could have let her plant a kiss on Sandberg's cheek before they took her away.
She came out of the right field bleachers, not bleachers, but the lower box seats down towards the right field line.
Ball and no strikes to Sandberg, who's hitting at .254. Birthday wishes tonight to Kevin Gross's son, Joshua, celebrating his 6th birthday. Watching his dad pitch this historic game. High towering fly. It's deep to left field, and it is gone. Home run, Ryan Sandberg. Fireworks here on this opening night game in Wrigley Field history, and the Cubs take a 2-1 lead.
Well, that ball is carrying tonight. Bradley's went over the back fence. Sandberg got his up in the air, and the wind has picked up out there, blowing towards left field.
Well, there might be a lot of home runs hit here tonight. 2 already. We're in the first inning. Still nobody out. Mark Grace, the batter, he's hitting a .302. Grace, a 9-game hitting streak, hitting .382 in the last 9. For both Kevin Gross and Rick Sutcliff, they surrender their 14th homers this year. Nothing in 2 to Mark Grace. Line drive, speared by Ricky Jordan. 1 down, and that'll bring on Andre Dawson. The Hawk is second in the league in hitting, batting at .314. Behind Gerald Perry of Atlanta, who's hitting at .322. Dawson has really hurt the Phillies this year, hitting .449 against Phillies pitching. John Healy and Jim Carroll here for this historic game. along with Paul Sluck, Joe Sugar, Sean Hodges, Joe Murphy, all from Darby came in for it. 1 ball and no strikes to Andre Dawson. He had a riffle. 1-1.
And our friend Mike Pike is here from Westchester. Knew Mike would be back here for this game. And Dickie Canselmo is here from Houston, formerly from the Main Line area.
Just fouled on the third base side. Loyal Phillies fans, Myron Eisenberg, Jules Papolini, Carl Goldberg are here, having a ball in Chicago and enjoying this historic event.
And Harry and Bridget Mathias from Bloomsburg came out here just for this ball game. Ran into some Philadelphians today down in the city that came here, couldn't get tickets, and had to fly back. Could have bought tickets for about $1,000 a piece.
Ball and 2 strikes to Dawson. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the first inning. Struck him out. That's 2 down here in the first, and that'll bring on Rafael Palmeiro. Palmeiro hitting at .307. He's the 5th leading hitter in the league, coming into this game with a 17-game hitting streak.
That Morgana didn't rushing, more like charging towards Ryan Sandberg, didn't seem to bother him, did it? Didn't distract him a bit.
Not at all.
Now, if she doesn't distract you, nothing distracts you.
1 strike to Rafael Palmeiro. Poked into shallow center. Thompson a late start, but he's there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. The Cubs put 2 on the board on the 2-run homer by Sandberg. 2 hits, no errors, and none left. And at the end of 1, it's Cubs 2 and the Phillies 1.
Practice. Don't win nothing if you don't.
All right, let's have it.
After a long day of hard knocks.
That's right.
For him. Head for the beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Bush.
Here, this one don't buck so hard.
Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
I always come out to the game early. I guess it's just one of those habits I picked up from my dad, like never throwing anything away and ketchup on my eggs. And even banking at First Pennsylvania. And boy, do I ever bank at First Pennsylvania. Everything from checking to IRAs to CDs to my money market account. I think it's a great place to bank. It's terrific. It's like ketchup on your eggs. Guess maybe I better think of another comparison, huh?
What is it, Woody?
Our next assignment, Welch. TV 29's hometown theater.
Who do we talk to? I'd like to talk to the Russian. Russians? Who was that wise guy?
You got it, Welch. Ken Wall, the soldier.
What about Travolta and Blowout?
They have erased my tapes. They've made you disappear, and next it's going to be me.
Why does he say that, Woody?
I've got the most scathingly brilliant idea.
Haley Mills knows. Some trouble with angels.
How do we find out more?
Easy. Watch TV 29's hometown theater starting Tuesday at 8. Right?
Right.
Lance Parrish will lead off for the Phillies here in the second. Parrish hitting at .231. Hit his 13th home run of the year here yesterday. He's knocked in 54. 1 strike to Lance Parrish. Ball and a strike. Sutcliff has pitched 7 complete games. Only Greg Maddox, Tim Leary, Doc Gooden, and Danny Jackson have pitched more. They have 8. Ball and 2 strikes to Parrish. Hits the ball on the ground to Grace, and he'll make the unassisted put out. Parrish is out 1 down. First pitch thrown out tonight by Hall of Famers Billy Williams and Ernie Banks. And great careers here with the Cubs. Here's Ernie. Chris James, the batter, with 1 out and no base runners. Send along our very best for a speedy recovery to Pop Boo in Garden State Hospital in Marlton. His young buddy Derek Hope sending along his best. One strike to Chris James.
Lee Elia managed here almost 3 years. Don Zimmer, in his first year here as a manager, he has coached here.
One ball and 1 strike to James with 1 out and no base runners. He jammed him and he pops a foul. It's playable. Grace puts it away. James is out. That's 2 down, and that'll bring up Ricky Jordan.
Not much foul territory in this ballpark. Here's Bradley's leadoff home run on a curveball and cleared that back fence. Waveland Avenue.
Well, Bradley with the first hit in this first night game in Wrigley Field history. That made it 1-0. Ricky Jordan, the batter, hitting at .308. Slams a hit to left center field. So Jordan is a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring on Steve Jeltz. Telecast presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be rebroadcast in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Ryan Sandberg came back in the bottom of the first following Mitch Webster's signal and homered, putting the Cubs in front 2-1. We're in the second. Ricky Jordan, not much of a threat to run, but Sutcliff frequently throws over there with base runners on, regardless of who the base runner is. Fouls one over the Cub dugout. I think 1 to Steve Jeltz. Outside of Wrigley Field in Chicago, fans perched atop the apartment buildings, atop cars and vans waiting for homers. Jammed to the rafters here at Wrigley. Ground ball back up the middle. A hit for Steve Jeltz. Heading for third base is Jordan, and the Phillies have runners first and third with 2 outs.
You know, they also have a big TV screen set up in Grant Park here, which is south of Wrigley Field, or a few blocks, and they expect thousands to watch that in the park. There it is. Lights look pretty good to me.
Yeah, they do.
Up here.
We had heard that outfielders might have problems with fly balls, but haven't seen any indication of that yet. Kevin Gross hitting at .214. Fouls it down the right field side, out of play. Nothing in one to Kevin Gross. We're in the second. Cubs lead 2-1. Popped him up, shallow left. Sean Dunston, the shortstop, out. That'll retire the side for the Phils in the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, leaving 2. We go to the bottom of the second. The Cubs lead the Phillies 2-1.
See you at Bennigan's. We need this now.
Now?
Tonight.
Like tonight?
Like yesterday.
When you need to escape from the everyday.
Tonight.
Escape to Bennigan's.
This man needs help.
Escape to the people who help you unwind.
Can I help you, Jack?
All the help I can get.
Escape to the kind of food
How's our friend
that
here?
leaves the everyday far behind. Only Bennigan's is your escape from the everyday.
Today's greatest sports heroes make it to starting lineup. Collect baseball's Gary Carter, Eric Davis, and Wally Joyner. To be a winner. Detailed uniforms, every home team, and their official. Collect starting lineup, each sold separately. To be a winner.
That's a Toyota Celica.
Uh-huh.
And that's a Honda Prelude.
Yep.
But what's that?
That's a Ford Probe.
It must be new.
It is.
Looks like a high-performance car.
It is.
It looks fast.
It is.
And luxurious.
It is.
And very expensive.
It isn't. Ford Probe. At this price, it's turning the competition green with envy.
Come see the 1989 Probe, only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Well, this Thursday will be a business person special at Veterans Stadium. The Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. It starts at 12:35, and all fans receive this year's Pride of the Phillies poster featuring Cy Young winner Steve Bedrosian. Compliments of First Pennsylvania Bank. Plenty of good seats available. Just call area code 215-463-1000. Business person special Thursday at 12:35. The Phils and the Cards. Vance Law leads off for Chicago here in the second. He's hitting at .292. Law lifetime, nothing for 7 against Kevin Gross. One strike to Vance Law. Lights at Wrigley Field, August 8th, 1988. This box score will be etched in baseball history. Well, there's an additional incentive for all those participating. 1 ball and 1 strike to Law. He pops a foul first base side. Ricky Jordan over. Has room, makes the play. One down, and that'll bring on Damon Berryhill. It's only one thing better than a Phillies win, and that's celebrating that win with an ice cold Budweiser. Phillies fans, this Bud's for you. Berryhill, a switch hitter, batting at .280. Damon hitting .262 right-handed, .287 left-handed. Some fans here. Norm and Linda Braun and Don and Colleen Flood, who have made a baseball excursion. 6-day excursion starting in Toronto, then going to Detroit, Chicago, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and now here for this historic first night game at Wrigley Field. Brauns and the Floods, great baseball fans. Seen a lot of ballparks in a week. Hit down the left field line. It is a fair ball going around into the corner, and Berryhill will get 2 out of it. A double down the left field line.
Well, he has really hurt the Phillies this season. Damon Berryhill. That ball right where it was pitched, out away from him. Out in the left field corner. They take some mean hops out of that corner.
So Berryhill at second base with 1 out for Sean Dunston, who's hitting at .265. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the bottom of the second. Check out that guy's hat. All fans got Cub caps tonight. There are 560 media passes given out tonight. Record for a regular season game. There's the first night game played at Wrigley Field, May 24th, 1935. And there's a lot of milling around going on outside the ballpark.
Phillies played in that Cincinnati game. Lost it 2-1 to Paul Derringer. Big right-hander.
The lights were turned on by a fan tonight, 91-year-old Harry Grossman, lifelong Cub fan. Got a great response. They're standing on the ramps here at Wrigley Field. Now you see a part of the record number of media here for a regular season game. Kudos to Ned Colletti and his fine staff for the job they've done in handling this mass media. Things work like clockwork. They've done a great job here. Dunston fouls it off. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sean Dunston. Damon Berryhill at second base with 1 out. Into shallow right center. Thompson makes the catch, and Berryhill will have to hold on at second base. 2 down. It'll bring up Rick Sutcliff. Sutcliffe is hitting .125 this year, but he's a better hitter than that. Lifetime hitting over .200. He has hit 3 career home runs. Knocked in 41 runs lifetime.
And like most pitchers, he likes the fastball. He doesn't hit the breaking ball very well unless it's a mistake. Outside the ballpark. Packed to the rooftops, and the rooftops across the street even.
One ball and no strikes to Sutcliff. There's something that probably never will change at Wrigley Field. A great scoreboard out here.
All done by hand.
Top of the ballpark. Now, by playing under the lights, the Cubs, that means we'll be playing here at Wrigley Field for a lot of years to come. There was talk of building a brand new stadium here. Wild pitch. That'll move Barry Hill to third. Talking about building a new stadium to be shared by the Cubs and the White Sox, but that's not going to happen now, I don't believe.
Parrish had no chance to stop that one.
2-0 to Rick Sutcliff. Fouls it out of play. 2-1.
I guess that's the important thing, saving this ballpark. Because you're right. Had they not installed these lights, this park probably would have been history one of these years.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Sutcliff. Barry Hill, the runner at third. 2 outs. Cubs lead 2-1. Check gets a full count. He fouls it off to the right of the plate, first base side. Still 3-2 to Sutcliff.
It could rain tonight, Harry, you know.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dark. We look out over that left field fence.
Think they might stay here a while and play this one?
Yes, sir. He loops a foul down the left field side. Still 3-2 to Sutcliff, who's battling Kevin Gross here. So Sutcliff draws a walk. Cub runners first and third, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Mitch Webster, who singled up the middle his first time up. Bills manager Lee Elia. Lights at the ballpark. One strike to Webster. Messing with a changeup, it's 1-1. Barry Hill at third. Sutcliff at first with 2 outs. Really jammed him, and he taps the ball to Jordan. Webster's retired. So are the Cubs in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Chicago leaves 2. At the end of 2, Cubs lead the Phillies 2-1.
Place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and to me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Somehow there's got to be a cure for athlete's foot.
Hey, step up to the mic.
Mike?
Micatin. This cures athlete's foot. It's got something the others don't. Miconazole. There's nothing more powerful.
Yes?
You got something that cures athlete's foot?
Sure, step up to the mic.
Huh?
Micatin. It cures athlete's foot.
Step up to the cure. Step up to the mic. Micatin, also in deodorant spray.
If you're a Phillies fan, you've probably got a Phillies fantasy. Maybe you'd like to pitch to a Phillies slugger. Or bat against a Phillies pitcher. Or broadcast a game. It's Valvoline Motor Oil's Phillies Fantasy Sweepstakes. Win your baseball fantasy, season tickets, or a fantasy night for 4 at Veterans Stadium. Enter now at participating Valvoline retailers and make your Phillies fantasy a big league reality.
Bill Bradley leads off for the Phillies here in the third. Bradley opened up this historic night game with a home run, his 6th of the year. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the third. The appeal going down to Larry Poncino, who said Bradley swung. One ball and 1 strike to Phil Bradley. Wind is really starting to kick up here. Flags were limp late afternoon. Really hot here. Hit down the right field foul line. That'll go back into the crowd. 1-2. Now the wind is kicking up, and it looks very, very ominous outside the ballpark.
It is gusting, and gusting hard towards kind of right center here. I tell you, when you get a storm in Chicago, it is a storm.
Major league storm.
Yes, sir.
Hit on the ground to Vance Law. Bradley retired. One down here in the third. That'll bring on Milt Thompson. There you see the flags. Milt grounded out his first time up. Hitting just slightly under 500 against the Cubs this year in lifetime. A .425 hitter against Cubs pitching.
That's one thing we'll find out about these lights, is whether they can withstand high winds in a storm.
I think they'll stay up there. One ball and one strike to Milt Thompson with one out. Two and one. There you see how that wind is really kicking up now.
Right towards the right field corner now. Shifted almost 180 degrees.
Look at how dark it is over that left field wall, Whitey. Line drive. Just foul down that left field line. 2-2. It's on its way. Two balls and two strikes to Thompson. Well, with these lights with rain delays, no such thing as suspended games anymore because of darkness. Little chopper to Law at third. Thompson retired. Two down, and that'll bring on Juan Samuel. Shot from the blimp. This historic first night game at Wrigley. Samuel flied out to center his first time up. One strike. Now Samuel calls time. High scoreboard cameraman is really being blown around out there in center field. Boy, the winds are really kicking up. Samuel just can't get in the box.
They may call this, or at least put the canvas on before the rains ever come. You better tie yourself down out there tonight.
Now they're going to want to Samuel. Sammy just cannot see because the wind is kicking up that dirt from the infield. Eric Gregg had to call time because he had some dust in his eyes. Plate umpire. Ball on the strike. Two outs, no base runners. Third inning. Cubs lead 2-1. ball and 2 strikes to Samuel. If the rains do come, this field drains very well. Line drive hit right center field. Dawson over to cut it off. Samuel heading for second. The Hawks throw will be late. Double for Juan Samuel.
Sammy picked on a high fastball and rifled it into right center field. And he was going for 2 all the way. He didn't shift gears at all. Pitch he hit right up there around the letters. Nice swing.
That'll bring on Mike Schmidt. He fouled out to mark Grace's first time up. One strike to Schmidt. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the 3rd inning. One ball and 1 strike. Pittsburgh trying to salvage a game in that 4-game series with the Mets, leading 1-0. They're in the 5th inning at Three Rivers. Bounding ball to shortstop. Sean Dunston throws out Schmidt. Phillies are retired in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Cubs lead the Phils 2-1.
You can go crazy choosing from all these HMOs, but only one's good enough to be Blue Cross, Delaware Valley HMO. The reason why is right here. Start with great prepaid coverage and office visits for just $3. Then choose from nearly 3,000 doctors. Even choose your hospital. Of course, if you'd like to take a closer look at why we're good enough to be Blue Cross, ask your benefits manager at work for this brochure.
Delaware Valley HMO, a subsidiary of Blue Cross of Greater Philadelphia.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
You and your television will spend a lot of time together, so choose it wisely at Silo, where they're all on sale now. Silo, because you deserve more. We think you deserve 5 to 50% off everything in the store. Only till Thursday.
Power, punches, and payola. I'm Dan Meacham. I'll show you the side you never see. The dark heart of rock and roll. Starting Wednesday on the 10 o'clock noon.
Travel arranged through Eastern, which offers 1 pass, bonus miles to frequent flyers, enrolling in its exclusive Weekender Club. Eastern, we've got your ticket to fast, free travel.
Saturday night at Veterans Stadium will be the old-timers game, equitable old-timers game. Billy Williams, Dick Allen, Willie Horton, Tug McGraw, Country Slaughter, Billy Herman, just a few will be on hand. Old-timers batting practice starts at 5, the game at 6, then the Phils and the Pirates at 7:35. That's Saturday night. For ticket information, call 215-463-1000. Rich Ashburn will be managing the National League Stars, Lou Boudreau the American League Stars. 1-0 the count to Ryan Sandberg, who hit a 2-run home run his first time up.
You know, pitchers can really change their game plan now that that wind is shifted. You can let those right-hand batters wail away.
Yeah, that's true. Early in the game, when the game started, it was about 91 degrees, and there wasn't any wind at all. And Bradley homered and Sandberg homered. Now that wind's going to knock it down.
I don't think you could hit one out of the left field into the left field bleachers right now.
3-0 to Sandberg.
Of course, this wind can also affect your pitches. You know, a wind blowing this hard can make that ball move a little more. Pitchers can lose control. Kevin wasn't even close on the first 4 pitches to Sandberg.
Second walk given up by Gross, and that'll bring on Mark Grace. Grace lined out to Ricky Jordan, his first time up. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. Missed badly with that one. He has not come close to the strike zone.
Not even close to borderline.
Got that one over. 1-1 the count to Grace.
Mark Grace was about, I think, close to the 500th player selected in the draft the year he was selected. And
24th rounder.
Pleasant surprise for the Cubs.
Sandberg going. The throw will be late. Stolen base, riding Sandberg. Good catch and tag by Jeltz. The Jim Quick rules safe.
Ball bounced down there, but Jeltz did make a good play. And I think Sandberg did get his feet in there before Jeltz put a tag on him. Close.
So Sandberg steals his 17th. Count is 2-1 to Grace. Drag bunt. Jordan tags Grace out. Moving up to third base is Sandberg.
Gave him a sacrifice bunt. He was bunting for a base hit, but he wanted to make sure he got the runner over, and so their official scorer is giving him a sacrifice.
And that'll bring on Andre Dawson. Dawson struck out his first time up. Nothing. Sandberg third base, 1 out. Inside 2-0. Jam-packed Wrigley Field. 2-0 to count to Andre Dawson. Way outside, 3-0.
You can bet he'll get a green light to swing if he sees something he likes.
3 balls and no strikes to Dawson. The pitch on the inside corner at the knees. 3-1 to him now.
That was borderline.
At a heavy wind, they move the scoreboard camera in the scoreboard. That's what Wrigley Field looks like from that scoreboard in center field. Taps the ball to Schmidt at third. Dawson retired. Sandberg will have to hold there. That's 2 down, and we'll pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
This is WTXF TV 29, Philadelphia.
They'll bring on Rafael Palmeiro, who flied out to center his first time up. Sandberg, the runner at third base with 2 outs. Ball and no strikes to Rafael Palmeiro. Two and nothing. On the outside corner, 2-1 the count to Rafael Palmeiro. Palmeiro calls time as the wind really kicking up some dirt in the infield area. Sandberg will score, and the Cubs lead it 3-1. Palmeiro has now hit safely in 18 straight games.
The fastball. It's not a Samuel's reach.
Now that'll bring up Vance Law, who fouled out to Ricky Jordan his first time up. Cubs lead 3-1.
Got Dawson out on a big out, like he might get out of the inning, and then got behind on Palmeiro and cost him.
Palmeiro takes off, and Parrish a perfect throw, and Palmeiro's out attempting to steal, and that'll retire the side. Cubs score a run, 1 hit, no errors, leave none. Andy Musser comes your way in the 4th. At the end of 3, Cubs lead the Phillies 3-1.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and to me. There's no place that I'd rather be. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Beer.
When you're banking with us, Mellon does what it takes. We'll do whatever you need to get the breaks. All the best you deserve, you see. We make things easy. We do whatever it takes. We are the Mellon Bank. Mellon does what it takes.
So,
Where can I find a good Greek restaurant?
Try Athens.
Here, in Philly.
Try the phone book. Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. Works for me.
Boy, I could go for a great souvlaki.
Go. Now'd be a good time. Take it from Philly's most valuable player. Reach more customers in Philly's most valuable book. The phone book from Bella, Pennsylvania.
Hey, someday I'll do you a favor.
How about now?
What?
Let me clean that bag off.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth inning baseball. Fourth inning baseball. Cubs leading 3-1, and Andy, welcome to night baseball here at Wrigley Field.
A lot of fun so far. The ball carrying to left early, then the wind shifted around, blowing out to right field. Anything can happen here tonight, including a rainstorm that may yet develop. Phillies and the Chicago Cubs, and we'll call the play for you as Lance Parrish comes to the bat. Parrish grounded out to first base in his first at bat tonight. In the inning, it'll be Parrish, James, and Jordan. Talking with Rick Sutcliff around the batting page tonight, he hurt his back covering first base in a little practice session here on Saturday and almost didn't start the game tonight. And it would be unthinkable that you would give up a chance to start a game like this, but he considered it simply because he had a similar injury to his back earlier in the year, and it cost him 3 weeks when he tried to pitch through it. Mike Bilecki almost got the start tonight. That would have been incredible, wouldn't it? Parrish is called out on strikes. That's strikeout number 1 for Sutcliffe.
Parrish thought it was outside. It was close. Too close to take, obviously.
Chris James with a big 2-run home run yesterday, and Chris also had an RBI double in yesterday's game. Great to see him back in the Phillies lineup. The Phillies have 4 hits so far, and 3 of the 4 have come with 2 out. The only one that didn't was Bradley's leadoff home run.
And this extreme wind shift has made it a whole new ball game. This game, when it started, looked like it could be won with home runs. Now you're going to have to win it with singles.
Two balls and no strikes on Chris James. Rick Sutcliffe is a real battler. There's a called strike. It's 2-1 on Chris. James, of course, the Phillies home run leader with 15 of them. Bullet past the mound. Look at that stop by Sandberg. And Grace held the bag. A nice play. That was so hard hit, it took Sandberg off balance.
This is why he wins those gold gloves, a play like this. Ball hit that mound and took kind of a changed directions a little bit on Sandberg, but he stayed with it.
Two up and 2 down in the Phillies' 4th inning. Ricky Jordan, who singled his first time around. Ricky has hit safely now in 9 of the last 10. He takes a strike. Ricky was really excited on the field prior to the game tonight with all the attention in this game. Every square inch is spoken for tonight in the surrounding area. I'll tell you, if it rains, those people will be trampling each other to get inside. Ricky takes high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jordan flares one down the right field line. It is fair. Extra bases for Ricky. Dawson digs it out. Jordan wants 3. He's going to get it. A stand-up triple to the right field corner by Ricky Jordan.
A nice piece of hitting by Jordan. He took the pitch, a breaking ball out away from him, put a nice short swing on it, ripped it into that right field corner. Another 2-out base hit.
First major league triple for Jordan, and he's 2 for 2 tonight. Phillies have to find a way to cash this in now because, as Rich mentioned, another 2-out hit. Steve Jeltz comes to plate. He is 1 for 1, a single to center field. So the Phillies down by 2 would love to pick this one here. Off in the distance, downtown Chicago.
And it's raining somewhere around here. It's cleared up though around the ballpark.
Doesn't look nearly as threatening as it did before. 1 ball, 1 strike on Steve Jeltz. Damon Berryhill getting a chance to catch for the Cubs tonight in this first night game at Wrigley. Jody Davis had been in the lineup the last 2 days. Jeltz thinks about bunting for a hit. Obviously, there are 2 out. 2-1 the count. Jeltz fouls it away. That'll make the count 2-2. This shot here is inside the scoreboard. Look out. That's from center field. And he's the guy that hangs the numbers up out there. Now that's a long way away. Beauty. That's the position where they were accused of stealing signs years ago, right?
That's true, yeah. Not only accused, they did steal signs there.
Jeltz fouls it back. Was that during your era here in Chicago?
They did it while I was here also. They had a catcher in the organization, a minor league catcher who had broken his leg. A fellow by the name of Kuno Berrigan. So they wanted to give him something to do. They stuck him up on that scoreboard. Catchers are always good at deciphering signs. He just sat up there and flashed signs.
Jeltz grounds a foul along the first base side. Problem so far for the Phillies tonight is that they've done all their damage here with 2 away. Beautiful shot here at Wrigley Field. It looks pretty good under the lights, doesn't it?
Sure does. There's some shadows out there, but there are shadows in a lot of the ballparks. Of course, all these fellows have played minor league ball where the lights aren't nearly as bright, and they can appreciate these lights, I'm sure.
It's about 3 times as good as West Palm Beach, Florida. Remember that spring game we played down there? And Sutcliff gets Jelks to end the inning. Sutcliff picking up his 2nd strikeout. For the Phillies in the 4th, no runs, 1 hit and 1 left. Cubs bat in the 4th. They lead 3-1.
Burger King has brought back their veal Parmesan sandwich. They say it tastes so authentic it'll turn you Italian. I say no way. Sure, it's delicious. I mean, they make it with a juicy breaded veal patty smothered in mozzarella, spicy tomato sauce, but nothing's gonna turn me Italian.
Scusi, è occupato?
The veal Parmesan sandwich for a limited time only.
E un piccolo paese vicina Napoli.
At Burger King.
Dolce sole.
Well, fans, it all comes down to this moment. This is where it all gets decided. Johnson steps in, checks the sign. This is a classic confrontation. He's digging in. Here's the delivery. And there it goes. He's going back. It is going. It is gone.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Now, there's a caffeine-free cola with that great Pepsi taste. Introducing caffeine-free Pepsi.
Get the Phillies feeling. See it, hear it, feel it.
Phillies baseball. Get it all.
Live it at the bat and you feel it.
Baseball Day. Fans 14 and under get this official Major League Ball with the Phillies signatures and a great display case. Phillies and Pirates, Sunday, August 14th at 1:35.
Get the Phillies feeling. Got it, get it, at the bat.
Well, here at Wrigley Field, it is starting to rain. As you can see, the rain is coming down. They've decided to go ahead and put the tarps on. This field drains very well in the outfield, but the key with a field like this with the dirt base paths is to get those tarps on, because once those base paths get muddy, you've got no chance. You know, like at Veterans Stadium, you've just got the cutouts to worry about. But here you've got that whole base path, and so it's really important that they get them.
Well, they'll get it on. The winds would probably give them about as much problem as anything putting that tarp on, but it's on already, so they have done an outstanding job here getting the tarp on the field, and we are getting some terrible thunder and lightning around the ballpark, and of course a lot of rain. Players with these steel spikes on standing around out there in the rain cannot wait to get off the field, and you can't blame them. They're walking lightning rods out there. So we're really having a downpour here with very high winds, thunder and lightning all over the place. This is that storm we were thinking we might get earlier, and it has hit here in the 4th inning. It is not an official game, of course, but with this occasion and with this crowd, they'll stay here a long time if they have to.
The Cubs are ahead in the game by a 3-1 score. Most of the runs coming on home runs. The only one that didn't was the one that Palmeiro singled in to extend his hitting streak to 18 in a row. But otherwise, there was the 2-run home run by Sandberg, and the Phillies getting their run on the leadoff home run by Phil Bradley. We have wind-swept rain here at Wrigley, and it's not pleasant at all right now. And this is really putting a damper on this auspicious occasion. There isn't enough room under the stands for a crowd this size to all huddle together. Let's face it, a lot of people are going to get wet, Richie.
And a lot of them remaining in the stands with or without umbrellas, remaining in the open. And the way the wind is whipping the rain, it's almost blowing it sideways, so even umbrellas aren't going to ensure that you'll stay dry. So this sellout crowd, at least temporarily, having to wait for the storm to pass.
We're watching it rain here at Wrigley Field, Chicago. We'll come back and give you a further update in just a moment, right after this.
When the sun's real hot, a day of hard work seems to last a week.
What's the matter with you boys? It's only 102.
Bush. Head for the beer brewed natural as a mountain stream.
Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
Burger King has brought back their veal Parmesan sandwich. They say it tastes so authentic it'll turn you Italian. I say no way. Sure, it's delicious. I mean, they make it with a juicy breaded veal patty smothered in mozzarella, spicy tomato sauce, but nothing's gonna turn me Italian.
Scusi, è occupato?
The veal Parmesan sandwich for a limited time only.
Piccolo paese, Ficina,
At Burger King.
Dolce sole.
Saturday morning, USA. Guys are changing their oil to this. Superflow from Exxon.
When you're changing your oil, go Superflow.
Hey, this Superflow is great stuff for blocking wear. Its wear band additive gets deep inside your engine and actually coats the moving parts.
Protects your engine with quality you know.
Look, want your engine to last?
Go with the flow. Superflow.
Rain falling at Wrigley Field, and I mean it is really raining. It is a no doubt about it hard storm at Wrigley right now, and we're going to be in for a rain delay here. Let's check the scoreboard. The Pittsburgh Pirates, trying to end a 5-game losing streak, are winding up their series against the Mets tonight, and they lead it 1-0. Pittsburgh batting in the 6th inning. Bobby Ojeda is pitching for New York, and rookie Rick Reed was called up to pitch that game for Pittsburgh. The Giants are ahead of Atlanta 5-1 there in the last half of the 4th inning. Joe Price pitching for San Francisco. John Smoltz started for Atlanta, and Jose Alvarez took over in the 3rd inning. The Los Angeles-Houston game is just underway. Sean Hilligus for the Dodgers. Mike Scott going for Houston, and the Dodgers got
Houston leads 4-1 after 1 inning. They knocked Hilligus out of the ball game in the 1st.
So Hilligus is out of there. Tim Cruz is now pitching for Los Angeles. 4-1 Houston at the end of 1.
4-0 Houston. Sorry about that.
The Montreal-St. Louis game is in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Montreal has won 5 in a row, and it's scoreless now. They are in the 2nd. Let's go to the American League scoreboard. Toronto on top of Kansas City 3-0 in the 6th. Brett Saberhagen is pitching for Kansas City. For Toronto, it's Musselman. One of the Toronto runs, an Ernie Witt home run, number 6. Minnesota 3, Cleveland 0, top of the 5th. Chris Cordaroli pitching for Cleveland, and Alan Anderson is going for Minnesota. Barry Larkin with a Minnesota home run, number 5. Detroit and Texas are in the bottom of the 2nd inning tonight. They are 0-0. And other American League action will be later. Chicago at Oakland, and Seattle will play at California. Well, it's really raining hard here at Chicago. Somewhere we're going to read tomorrow, Rich, that God didn't want any baseball at Wrigley Field.
Had a fan running out on the field and took a belly first slide on that tarp. But the security folks here quickly ushering him off the field. He had pretty good speed. Somebody might ought to sign him up. As good a head first slide as I've seen all summer.
Well, we had Morgana short-circuited earlier, so I guess this guy wasn't going to get away with anything.
I'm glad Morgana didn't slide head first.
Disaster.
Grand Canyon.
Richie made the point earlier that they will wait a long time for this one. because they have a sellout here again tomorrow night, another night game. The New York Mets will be in town. So all these people who bought tickets to see the first night game would not have seen it if we didn't continue. This is not an official game as yet. We're only in the bottom of the fourth. The Cubs leading 3-1.
Cubs did a good job of handling this crowd and the media crowd here, which numbers, I think they gave an official number, 556 media types here. In fact, I thought, Andy, they did a better job tonight at this game than they do in most of their regular games here. I mean, fans are all over the stands in the regular games, but tonight they really had them where they're supposed to be in their seats.
I thought the only thing they did wrong tonight was start the game early. We were standing there doing our opening, and all of a sudden there's first pitch.
Well, the first night game in Wrigley Field history, 70-some years of day baseball, is temporarily halted here because of these heavy, very heavy downpours.
You know, the first night game was scheduled for May 23rd, 1935, the Cubs and the Phillies, but that game was rained out, and the game was played the next night, May 24th, and that was where the Phillies and the Reds played, with Cincinnati winning it by a 2-1 score. Until tonight, the last of the original 16 Major League teams to install lights were the Detroit Tigers, who equipped Briggs Stadium on June 15th of 1948.
I mentioned earlier, Andy, this is the last time, I don't think there's no doubt, this is the last time a Major League Baseball park will ever install lights after they've played all day baseball. I mean, all Major League stadiums now are built with lights, and of course they schedule night games, but this will never happen again, what we're seeing here tonight.
Well, that's right. They'll build them with lights from now on for sure.
I had an interesting visit today with Bill Wrigley Sr., but he just felt that the game should be played in the sunshine. Matter of fact, Mr. Wrigley in 1941 had lights ready to put in at this ballpark for the it was a kind of a patriotic gesture, in that he wanted the people who worked in defense plants during the day to be able to see night baseball. But then the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, and he gave the steel that he had for the lights back to the government. So, of course, Philip Wrigley passed away a few years ago, but he was the man, and then later his son Bill, who kept the lights out of Wrigley Field all these years.
The first night games in Philadelphia were played a long time ago. They were back in the 1939 season, when both the Phillies and the A's occupied Shibe Park. The A's beat the Phillies to the first night game. They played on May 16th. And they lost to Cleveland 8-3 in their first game. And then the Phillies came along and played their first night game on June 1st of 39. And they lost to Pittsburgh by a 5-2 score. Well, it continues to rain here at Chicago. We will not let you miss any of the action by any means, so stick around with us. We're going to present This Week in Baseball for you right now. We'll come back with updates and keep you abreast of what's going on here in Chicago. It's 3-1 Cubs. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and we'll be right back.